All right, we have an update. State of Texas, they did pass those illegal redistricting maps we've been talking about, all because Donald Trump told them to. Let's put up the flag of Texas, full mast. Look at that. Under that banner, that flag for the state of Texas, Texas House Republicans successfully gerrymandered congressional districts that would now give Republicans more congressional seats. All of this is completely illegal, unethical, immoral, unconscionable, but it is here. After State House Democrats returned to the state of Texas after fleeing to block quorum, which is a permissible thing when you have nothing else. Republicans in the House have now successfully passed their new gerrymandered maps. The current congressional map is composed of 25 Republicans, 12 Democrats, and 1 vacated seat due to a death. This is despite Biden and Harris both receiving well over 40% of the vote in 2020 and in 2024. Under the new map, Trump demanded there would likely be 30 Republicans and 8 Democrats. President Trump, in a Truth Social post late Wednesday, said the new map was a, quote, big win for Texas. What? There's no election yet. What do you mean big win? We have a democracy, sir. No, it's a big win for Texas because they manipulated the vote prior to the election. That's how he does it. Okay? Everything passed on our way to 5 more congressional seats, saving our rights, your freedoms, and your country itself. He said, quote, Texas never lets us down. Florida, Indiana, and others are looking to do the same thing. That's right, pass illegal maps. Put them up. So after leaving the state for 2 weeks, House Democrats returned and plan to challenge the new congressional map in court. The proposal amounts to, quote, an illegal and racially discriminatory map that, quote, surgically strips away minority representation in the U.S. Congress, end quote, said Representative State Rep Chris Turner. Quote, this is Texas, not Washington, D.C. The impulses of outside politicians and their billionaire backers should not dictate what we do in this house, end quote. Quote, you want transparency? The underlying goal of this redistricting is to improve Republican political performance, okay? And that was a bill author, State Rep Todd Hunter, said this on Wednesday. It's interesting that only the Democrats are talking up for Texas. You don't find it ironic, Texas? Only the Democrats are saying Texas first, while the Republicans are saying Trump first, his backers, and then those that back the backers, then us, and then Texas. Damn shame. All right, Elliot, obviously this narrative is going to continue in other states. They always use one state as a proxy, and then you see it happen in more states to come.
Absolutely. I have my fingers crossed, though I'm not entirely hopeful that California will make good on their promises to kind of do the same thing. It is politics. I mean, I don't think gerrymandering is good across the board. I know that both parties have done it, but one party in particular really, really loves doing it. And they love doing it in a way that, as they themselves admit, favors themselves politically. I think that if they're going to redraw the maps, then they should also redraw the flag and stop having all of these evenly spaced colors, start showing the red kind of bleeding over into the blue. Maybe you could use some spray paint or something. I don't think that'll go over well with a lot of Texans, but at least it would accurately reflect what they're doing, which is to essentially cheat and make it so that minority voices aren't heard and that Democratic voices aren't heard, so that they can pick their voters rather than having the voters pick their politicians. And it's gross. And I don't think any American citizen is actually for it, unless you are so stuck in this sort of tribal thinking that all you really care about is making sure that your team wins over the other one. I think that there should be a national effort put in place, a national committee that decides these things so that we can't see our populace consistently get manipulated in order to serve particular political parties. But who knows if that'll ever happen.
Yeah, and man, when this first went down, and I heard the Democrats giving their response on the other side, I have mixed feelings politically, while morally I'm clear. Morally, you shouldn't do it. You just shouldn't do it, because if we determine that it's corrupt for them to do it, for the other side that said it's corrupt to do it, that means, well, you got to engage in corruption yourself. With that being said, um, the threat of it may create some level of negotiation. The Constitution just wasn't written for a guy like Trump. And on day one, when Biden got elected, I said on day one, you all have got to change these damn laws as it relates to democracy itself, because if this cat or anybody like him, if they ever get back in office, they're going to push it to the limit. And this is where we are.